All right, I'm super excited about these tanks. I just got them in the mail from Scotty. He's doing these I'm doing these tanks for him. He's got it from his dad. He's doing the Bad Boy 4, and his dad was actually my CDL instructor. Me and him always had a pretty great relationship. He rode motorcycles, I rode motorcycles, and we talked a lot about riding motorcycles all the time. So I finally got the opportunity to paint something for him. I always wanted to. It's been a couple years since I took the class, but now I finally have the opportunity to do so. So I want to make sure I do a really good job on these tanks for him. Want them to be real clean, real nice for him. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on these things. It's just got two spots mainly that I'm focused on. It's actually not this bad on this tank. I could sand it out, but I'd rather prime it. Just put a little bit there just to make sure it's gonna be right. Same thing with here. These nicks are kind of deep, so I'm gonna sand those out, put a little primer there, and then I'm gonna sand the whole thing, tape off the stripe work, and then I'm gonna take these emblems off, and I'm gonna blend some black over here, some vivid Harley black, and then I'm gonna untape the stripes, clear it, kind of buff it, and then I'm gonna put the emblems back on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on these, and let's get them looking good. All right, so before we do anything, I wanna tape up everything. That way when I'm sanding, we don't have none of the dust going inside of the tank. Just want to seal it off real good. You don't want nothing to go in there. Tape some of that off. And even in the factory, they don't use the tape, but they have these plugs that go here, and as well as these caps that go here where these hoses go. That's pretty much how it gets painted out in the factory. This one already has a cover on it, but I'm not sure if that's something Scotty's using. I don't want to put paint on it because if he reuses it, it'll start cracking up everywhere. So we'll just tape that off right there. All right, so now we're gonna focus on getting these emblems off. I just used some fishing string. This stuff is kind of brittle. It's very old, and I actually was fishing with it, and it's got wet a few times. But if you get you some of this stuff, this is an 8-pound, but you could definitely get a lot heavier. It works real good, but sometimes this pops a little bit, but it's all right. We're gonna make it work. But I'm gonna go ahead and put a little tape around these emblems. Even though I'm re-clearing, I wanna make sure I kinda, keep it in best shape as possible. I don't wanna have to do a lot of digging to try to get stuff out of the clear coat if I can prevent it. So, especially over that artwork, Kinda got one shot to do that. Then after this, we'll take an eraser wheel and clean off the excess. Hopefully it's not too bad. Sometimes on these older bikes, they can be a bit of a pain, but we'll take our time with it and get it off slowly. We don't want to bend that, that's original. And like I said, they get brittle. We're going to definitely try to preserve that the best we can. So I'll clean the back side off of this too and re-stick it with 3M and get it on there after we get done painting it. So yeah, I just grab that fishing string like this right here, put it in there and start digging. Sometimes it takes a little while, but you don't want to rush this stuff, just take your time, do it right. Move that over a little bit. We're gonna take our time, do it right. So I end up getting some of this 50-pound. It's a lot stronger, should cut better. And believe it or not, sometimes the string with the less weight actually can cut better. It just depends on the emblem, but when it starts breaking a lot, I like to go to the heavier stuff. So you can see there, it's working pretty good now. It's still a little tough though, because that stuff is definitely old in there. But, all right, so we was able to go through that way. I'm just gonna lightly take it. I'm not gonna try to peel it up much. I'm just gonna try to twist it a little bit. try to get it broken. We don't want to bend these. So a little push like that, get it off pretty good. So all we'll have to do now, I'm gonna do the other emblem. I'm gonna label this one as left side, just so I know. They're pretty obvious to tell which one's which, but I just like to make sure. Put an L on there. That way I can't mix it up when I put it back on. So all right, put that to the side. And we'll cut this one too. All right, so got left, got right. I'm gonna peel this tape off. Use that eraser wheel, get this thing cleaned up. We want to take our time with this. We don't want to go hammering it because you can damage the paint. Like I said, we're just trying to do a clean wet sand in this area and re-clear. We're only going to blend the black up there. So I'm going to try to go slow with this and take my time. All right, so that came out super clean. When I sand over that, it'll be really smooth and really blendable. But that's gonna come out pretty clean. So we're gonna go ahead, while I have it here, I'm gonna take the backside sticky off this emblem. That way, when I go to stick it back on, I can put some fresh 3M tape on there. Same 3M tape. Maybe this will come off easier than I thought. Let me see. Yeah, that actually comes off pretty easy. Maybe I could just do it by hand. I'm gonna take that off so we could put some fresh stuff on there. Now I'm gonna come in here and get me a block and kind of block that down and get it smooth. I'm gonna go in a circular motion so I can get it flat, kind of blend it out so you can't see it. All right, so that's nice and smooth. Do the same to this one here. All right, so I'm gonna take that and clean it off. I'm gonna take that, clean it off, put me some primer on there, but I'm gonna do a little 320 past that, so I have space for the primer to go and have somewhere for it to stick. You definitely want the primer to go past all the scratches. I'll put a little tape over this artwork just so it won't go that far, but I'm not too worried about the overspray. I have to sand it out anyway, just so you know, I can re-clear over it, so I don't care too much about the overspray. So let's go ahead and get in the booth. I'm gonna 320 that. I got two pieces of the other tech. I need the 320. It doesn't quite need the 80 grit, but it'll be fine with the 320. We'll throw primer on it, and it'll be that. Yeah, super happy how those came out. Everything went good during the paint process. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do a kind of buff with it. 2000, 3000, I'm gonna buff it. And then we'll get the emblems back on, polish it, and then we'll call up Scotty's dad. He's gonna go pick it up and get ready to send it back to him. So let's go ahead and start cutting and buffing this thing, and we'll see the finished result. Walls and ticking clocks, gonna
sound on singing, come out upon my seas, curse missed opportunities, am I apart?
All right, so I have the emblems here. We'll go ahead and put some double-sided sticky back on it. I just got those cleaned up and wax and grease removed. I wax and grease removed the tank. So we're just gonna get us some of this stuff and replace the double-sided sticky. All right, so that should be pretty good. I'll keep that here until I untape. I'll untape it once I get ready to put it on. I'm gonna do this other one and then we're gonna put it back on the tank and then we'll just put some polish on it and that'll be it. So firstly, I'm just gonna kind of sit it up here, make sure I understand exactly where it goes. Right there. I did some checking earlier in comparison with the line, but I'm just gonna kind of sit it here and make sure. So I'm just gonna check and make sure it's where it's supposed to be. And that's where it goes right there. So we gotta make sure we got it where we want it. And then I'll let the back side drop. Before I push anything, look at it, make sure it looks even, which it does. Now we'll push it. The cool thing about this is the shape of the tank, so I don't really have to put a whole bunch of tape nowhere to hold it. I'm just gonna let that sit there and do its thing. Give it a good little push. Alrighty, so that's it, on to the next one. Alright, so just gonna do the same thing, give it a peep. Make sure we like where it's going. Make sure that's good and straight. Yep, and then we're gonna press it. All right, there you have it. All right, so here are the final results for the tank. I'm super happy with how they came out. Scotty's dad's gonna be here in the morning to pick him up, so I hope he likes them, because like I said, it's the first time I ever got a chance to do a job for him. I always wanted to, so I really hope that he loves them. Also, make sure to check out Scotty's page. Here's his YouTube page right here. He's doing a lot of cool builds, and his dad is also doing 3 of these bad boys, so you don't want to miss out on that, so make sure to give him a subscribe and check out his channel also. This is gonna be it for this video. Make sure to like, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, peace.